His cremation has just about got over sometime now at Pawan Hans in Vilepal in Mumbai. Meanwhile, legendary filmmaker, clearly Yash Chopra, no more with us. The film industry veteran, who was hailed as the king of romance, passed away at Mumbai's Lilavati Hospital on Sunday evening. Chopra was admitted in the hospital on the 13th of October after being diagnosed with dengue. He died of multiple organ failure at 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. The filmmaker's body was brought back to the Yash Raj studio in Andheri last night by his son Aditya Chopra. Karan Johar and Shah Rukh Khan also accompanied Aditya Chopra. Yash Chopra's mortal remains was kept at the Yash Raj studio till noon, where people paid respects, and then in a procession his body was taken to Hans Pawan, the crematorium at Vilepale in Mumbai, and this clearly the final curtain call of a man who will leave behind an indelible mark on Indian cinema. The cremation has just got over is the word that we are getting to know from Vilepale. Our correspondent spread out getting us the very latest. Now, in a career that spanned almost 5 decades, Yash Chopra directed 22 films with super hits like Diwar, Trishul, Chandani, Silsila, Veer Zara. He had announced his retirement from the film direction last month. His last film will be the upcoming romantic movie Jab Tak Hai Jaan, which stars Shah Rukh Khan, Katrina Kaif and Anushka Sharma in the main lead. It is set for a November 13th release. All right, let's cut across at this point of time. We have guests in the studio. Bharati Pradhan, film journalist, a noted one at that, joins us from Mumbai. In the studio with us is also Gautam Kaul, film historian. Gautam, first of all, let's cut across to Bharati Pradhan, who's with us from Mumbai. Bharati, the doyen of Indian cinema, the man who gave a new language to romance aside, but when one will look back to the annals of cinematic history, will Yash Chopra find a chapter all to himself?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, Yash Chopra and Hindi cinema, I mean, you've got 50 years of cinema. Our cinema is only 100 years old, of which 50% he's been a part of, and a very active and a very successful part of it. You know, the best thing about Yash Chopra was that a lot of filmmakers towards the end of their lives, they lose steam and they're no longer in the public eye. They kind of retire and go away. But he was somebody who was active right up to the end. I mean, it was like almost like he was saying, Jab tak hai jaan, I'll keep making films. Because I mean, nobody makes films at the age of 80, and he was. And you know, before he died, we were talking about films one day, and he told me that if his brother, B.R. Chopra, had been alive and he had wanted him to become his assistant director all over again, he would have. He said, if my brother had been alive and he just said, assist me, Yash, I would leave all my work and I'd go and assist him. He was that passionate about his films. He was always interested and involved right up to the end. I think that's what really makes it such a big loss, because he's somebody who's been active right till the end. I mean, he's got a film on release. What can be even more, fresher and more active and topical than that, really?
You know, Bharti, stay with us. Let's cut across to Gautam Kaul, who's also in the studio with us. He's a noted film historian. Gautam, as another sepia-tinted image gets relegated to books of cinema there, if you look back at the lives and times of Yash Chopra, of course, with him going today, an era in the true sense of the word has ended. But if you look back, what would be the big hallmarks of Yash Chopra?
Yash ji would be, I think, more remembered that he made romantic cinema. But the fact remains that he also handled some very unique and dark themes. And I hope they are also remembered. My present concern happens to be that Yash ji made films, but he did not talk much about these films, and he let the film critics and promoters of cinema to talk about it. Today that he is no more, and he had in fact made a wish recently that it is time to rest. I was looking forward to his sitting down and start writing about himself, how he made those films, how he discovered the talent. But now that chapter seems to be over, and
Right.
I think it is now left to the film critics and historians like I, who have to now collect all the data surrounding his professional life,
Exactly.
and then write down his history. Because you see, cinema happens to be uh, a medium which deteriorates every second because it is chemical based. And we have not only to protect his
Right.
cinema that he has made, we have to protect the memory of the man who made us happy for 5 decades. And this is an important job
Right.
now left to those who are near dear or
Right.
who were well wishers of ESG.
Gautam, stay on with us. The visuals that we are beaming to our viewers live are right outside the crematorium, not a single dry eye. But 80 years, Yash Chopra passes away. Clearly, a legend passes away where the film industry is concerned. It is also a celebration of life as such, of the man and times of what was Yash Chopra. Bharti is still with us. Bharti, if when somebody of this stature passes away, there is always so much of what he was which goes about. But this particular man, if you look at his cremation, I think the entire Bollywood was there today in attendance. What was this man for the film industry, Bharti, because you've been such an attuned part of it?
Well, look, 50 years is a very, very long time. And Yash Chopra made films with almost all the people who turned up at his funeral. Whether it's Amitabh Bachchan or it's Shah Rukh Khan or it's Karan Johar or it's Rani Mukherjee or Anushka Sharma. I mean, they've all made movies with him. If not under his direction, at least it was under his banner. So I think they were all professionally very involved with him, and that got personal because when you work together so closely, you're bound to get personal. And he was a very warm person. He loved his stars. He always got close to all of his stars, and he pampered them. He looked after them very well. So I guess it just became one large family, and 50 years is such a long time. So obviously he encompassed the entire industry as his family.